Why are you being lazy in the eyes of Christ? Why? Laziness is talked a lot about in the Bible, and it's obviously a bad thing. Because laziness doesn't lead to anything fruitful. It doesn't lead to anything good in your life. You see them appear in the end of the parables as the thing that wicked servants do. An example of this is Matthew chapter 25, verse 14. It's the example of the parable of the bags of gold. A few servants are given bags of gold by their master. I think you know this one, and if you don't, let me say it. They're given bags of gold by their master. The rest of the servants, they do something with the bags of gold. So when their master comes back, he says, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have done good with little, so I'll be giving you more." And the little servant, and I'm paraphrasing obviously, but with the other servant, not the little servant, did nothing with the bags of gold. He left them. He said, "I was scared." He put them in the dirt and he didn't do anything. He didn't even invest them so that they could maybe gain some value. He did nothing. And in Matthew chapter 25, verses 26, his master replied, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed." He's calling him out for his laziness. He's calling him out for not doing anything. Just not doing anything. Proverbs chapter 10, verses 4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Laziness is so evil. Laziness is so corrupt because it makes you spend your entire day doing nothing fruitful. You wonder why you're in that stage of poverty. You wonder why you're in poverty, and you ask the Lord. You ask the Lord, "Lord, please bring me out of this." Faith without works is dead. I could have all the faith in the world that God will provide for me. But if I don't do any work, get a job, or maybe get a job, or post about videos, or do anything fruitful that can make me money, where do you think that money's going to come from? Do you think God's going to just rain it from the sky? That's not to say God can't do that. Of course, God can do anything, but faith without works is dead. You have faith that you're going to make it out of poverty, but you do no work to do it. You don't get a job. You don't go out and do what needs to be done. The reality is, faith without works is dead. Works need to be done with faith. They're a joint operation. You can believe something in your head, but if you don't go out and do it, it will not be done. For example, you get grounded for your F, right? And not even that, you get grounded for your F and you're in the middle of your test. I've seen so many people do this. You're in the middle of your test and you're like, God, please allow me to have an A. And some people don't really mean this, thinking that God's just going to give them all the answers, but please, God, please give me an A. So you want God to allow you to be fruitful in your life. You have the faith that God will help you, but you put no work into it. You put no work into the test, but God is going to deliver you the A. And it's not to say that can't happen, but you have to put work into the things you have faith in so that they may be flourished, so that they may happen. Of course, there's things that the Lord is going to bless your life with, but that requires you to put initiative in. Yeah, sleep is important. What does 13 hours of sleep really do for you? Really, 13 hours. You have 8 hours. 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, that's 5 hours. What could you do in that 5 hours? You could do so much. You could do your own work. Spend time with the Lord. Work out. Do anything productive. Sleep is not productive. You don't need 13 hours of sleep to be productive. You don't need 13 hours of sleep to do the things which the Lord has called you to do. Hebrews chapter 6, verses 12. We do not want you to become lazy, but to imitate those who through faith and patience inherit what is promised. We do not want you to become lazy, but to imitate those through faith and patience. This is setting an opposite. It's setting the idea where laziness is set in the opposite of those who through faith and practice inherit what is promised. Because laziness is evil. Laziness does nothing good for you. It sounds as if I'm saying I'm perfect. I struggle. I struggle sometimes to take naps, but the reality is when you take those long naps in the middle of nowhere, what they do is it just delays what the Lord has in store for you. It delays what God is wanting to do for your life because you're not going out and do it. Instead, you're sleeping. Instead, you're sleeping instead of doing what the Lord has called you to do. You think you have peace. You think you have safety. You think you are in a place where it's okay to sleep. It's okay to fall. It's okay to just take a nap. But that's a deceitful lie from the devil. You know why it's a lie? To say that you have the peace and mind of saying I could sleep. 1 Thessalonians 5, the day of the Lord. Now, brothers and sisters, about times and dates we do not know, we do not need to write to you. For you know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come onto them suddenly, as labor pains a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. We don't have time to just spend 13 hours sleeping, 13 hours doing nothing. God can come like this, a thief in the night, it says. So be awake, be vigilant, because you never know when the Lord can come. Don't be scared, for by trusting in the Lord, anything is possible. So just give it to the Lord.